Folks, today I would like to talk to you about how to be free or how to get freedom from all the imagined gods in your mind. That's what I would like to talk to you. For example, I've been telling who I am based on my own life experience, my own experience of the seventh chakra having been opened, and what I found about myself, and also the so called quote unquote God, etc. This is the truth as far as I am concerned. It's very much like your statement. If, for example, if I ask you who you are, you will describe about yourself based on your own life experience. The same way that I am saying who I am, and what is God all about, etc., etc. So, but if you, without trying to understand my statement, if you believe who I am blindly, then it is you are imagining, you are just storing some information about me. And if I talk about God, and if you are just receiving them and storing them in your mind, then it is an imaginary, it's an imagination. My own description of God is different from what you are storing in your mind about what I have been talking about God. So, in the same way, you have been hearing about God from various sources like preachers or religious books, or your own from your parents or your relatives and mediums and so on. And these are all your imagination. You are receiving them as information, storing them in your mind. And as you all know, that mind has an extraordinary capacity of distorting or imagining various concepts. So the gods that you have been hearing from others, including me, is in only imaginary God. That's why I've been saying that that never believe that I am God or whatever it is. I am the eternal unknown. I am the I'm so and so on. So many things I've told you about myself, but they're all truth only as far as I am concerned. But they are not truth about yourself. So you need freedom from all these imagined gods in your mind, because as you can see very clearly that you can twist, you can sway, bend your gods such a way that you can hurt other people. For example, you can say that only people following certain religion are true God, children of God. Others will go to hell, etc., etc. You can sway, you can bend your the gods in your mind, saying hurt them, kill the other people, establish my religion, and so on, or specific religion, because other religions are false, etc., etc. You can bend your conceived God or imagined gods any way you like. You can bend that to hurt women, treat men one way and women another way, or one country people, or one kind of colored people, colored skin people, one way as opposed to the other, and so on. So you can see very clearly from all this observation. You don't have to believe me. From your own observation, you can come to the conclusion that the gods that you have in your mind are imagined, they are not real. And in every religion, it has been told that God is not of this world. Jesus Christ told, for example, that my kingdom is different, but those people who are hearing, they can only imagine another kingdom somewhere else. But it's not real for them, it's only imagination. But for Jesus Christ, it was real because he experienced it. Same thing is true about other religions too. So it's very, very important to understand that real quote unquote God is different from the imagined gods. You need to be free of all these imagined gods so that you can respect people, other people, you can live with other people peacefully, you can love other people peacefully, as long as you differentiate between one group of people from another group of people, there will be always problem in life. I've been talking about this for quite some time. So it is very, very important to realize that the gods that you have in your mind, which are directing you, which are impacting you in many ways in your life, is only imagined gods. You need to free yourself from that. You need to get freedom from all those imagined gods. For example, if you are a Hindu, you are thinking that God decides everything for you, and if you are suffering in this life because of your past karma, or there is somebody up there in the sky, somewhere observing what you're doing in this life and deciding whether to punish you or reward you and so on. Even some people believe that at the end of their life, God will come and punish based on your deeds and so on. Yes, you will be punished, but the God is not punishing you, as I've been saying. You will be punishing yourself at the time of death, because all the things that you did in your life or in your mind, when your mind is separated from you at the time of death from your body, when you are separated, then you'll experience the pain of pain that you caused to the other people. But still, even those things are my statements, my truth, but it is not your truth. You have to find out whether it is true or not. So basically what I'm saying is you have to first realize that the gods in your mind are imagination, that they are not real quote unquote God. But second, and then if you realize this, you will get freedom from this. But there are basically two ways in which two broad categories of ways in which you can realize the real God in your life. One is to get your own spiritual experience. For some reason, the Christianity and other Western religions prevent that, and Hindu religion and probably Buddhistic religion, they say that you can realize who you are. You are really God's children or image of God, as they say in Christianity. You can realize that in your life. That's what Hindu scriptures say, but most of the other scriptures don't say that way. But it is not easy. It is not easy for you to get freedom from all your thoughts in your mind. Even those people who are saying that they have opened their sixth chakra or third eye, and they realize they had the real revelation of the revelation about God and who they are, etc., etc. As I have been saying, those statements of seeing things through their mind, the sixth chakra, is only it will be distorted by various ignorances that one has in their mind. But there is another way of knowing about God, and that is the seventh chakra, the seventh seal, as it is called in Christianity. Even after opening the seventh chakra, people sometimes realize who they are. They say, for example, if you are a Hindu, you say that I am Atma, but still there is something called Paramatma, which is a bigger God than myself. And they will say that I'm not this body, I'm not this mind, I'm Atma, I'm born, I have come from the white light, or etc., etc. But that is not the final one. That is not same as realizing what God is. Some people realize what God is through their after the seventh chakra is open. Even that is not the final one, because as long as you see something in front of you, you have and if you are different from what you see in front of you, then it is not the final state, because it's still your mind is operating even after the seventh chakra is open. That's why you are thinking that the God that you are seeing is different from you. And the final stage is to realize that who you are that thing that you've been searching for. You are that God. You are what you are seeing, saying, or seeing in front of you, or experiencing in front of you. Only then you can realize, for example, you experience in the waking state of humanity. Whatever you see in front of you, everything is yourself, and that is the final stage. That it's extremely difficult in general, for people to realize that. But there is another way of living, even though you have not realized who you are fully. There is another way of living, that is, you are in the path of discovering about this quote unquote God, and the relation between you and the quote unquote God. And for that, as I've been saying, you have to remove various kinds of ignorances. Of course, the basic ignorance is that there is nothing like a God. That is a God that in your mind is not the real God. There is God, but that's not something you can imagine, or you can conceive, or you can worship, or you can bow to itself, and live. That is not really God. It's an imagined God. But you can remove such ignorances from your life. I have a playlist of how to remove various ignorances, and one of them is very clearly that just because I'm saying that I am quote unquote God, the eternal unknown, and so on and so on. If you start believing what I'm saying, it is wrong. What I'm suggesting to you is that don't believe what I'm saying, but at the same time, don't unbelieve what I'm saying. Just be neutral and be open to discover what really God is all about. What is the relationship between you and God is. So if you remove all those ignorances that I have been talking about, not by believing in it, but thinking about it, using your intellect, if you think about it, analyze about it, you will discover they're all ignorances, and you will remove them. Till then, most of the people in the world right now will be leading only a family life. So, if you have not yet married, then you have to really be very careful in selecting your partner. You have to select your partner to really live the rest of your life. You need to be very careful in selecting your partner. You have to know yourself, your mind, your mental tendencies, and you have to select someone who can live with that, who have similar tendencies, even though not identical. So most of the people don't take the seriousness of marriage, but it is an extremely important activity in your life. You can decide it can give you extreme happiness and path to understand you who you are. At the same time, it can work the other way too if you choose the wrong partner. So if you're unmarried, you have to be extremely careful in selecting the partner. And if you are married, I've talked about various ways of living quote unquote happy married life. You have to understand what the happiness in married life is. It's not living without any difficulties or without any downturns in your life, but you just going or taking understanding various incidents in your life and still be at peace. There are many things I talked about that towards attaining that peace in my various videos. I have to add some more videos that I've talked about into that playlist. I will do that. Please watch them if you are interested. Especially, you need to understand what is the difference between real love in your family life and the love based on your needs, your attachment to your wife or husband. You need to understand this. And if you are married and if your children are older and they have their own life, etc., I also talked about how to live without burdening your children and so on. Think about all those things. So if you remove all these ignorances about living human life, then there is a possibility that you will realize in your life who you are, and what is quote unquote God, and what is the relationship between that and you, and hopefully that will give you the final peace, eternal peace that you have all been looking for in your life. So, folks, that's what I want to talk to you. Basically, what I've been saying in this video is that the gods in your mind are imagined mind, and as long as those gods have strong influence on your life, you will be suffering, because there will be always someone who has a different notion, different conception of God. And in some cases, as you all have been noticing, there will be fierce fight between different groups, and that is not the way to be peaceful in life and find peace in your life. So understand this and then get freedom. Be free of all the conceived gods, all the conceived notion of how to live in this life, and realize the peace. And definitely, if you live peacefully, there is a possibility that you can discover about what is this God, the quote unquote God, which is beyond human mind, which every religion says, but still they get bogged down in the prison of imagined gods. Folks, that's what I want to talk to you. I'll talk to you. If you have any questions, please leave a comment. I will get back to you. And I'm also limited. I have limited time, so I will respond in a due time. If I don't respond, please remind me. And some of you have access to me through Facebook account. You can message me about what you think about what I've been talking about, and I will definitely respond to you. So, folks, until I meet you in another video, be peaceful. Find a way to live the real life, a peaceful life, happy life. Talk to you soon, folks.